I think there's a number of things that councils can do to encourage big society. First of all, it's about thinking how we can support local organisations more than we do, particularly some of those very small grassroots organisations that people want to get involved in. We can do more to give people information about what's available in their locality, what clubs, organisations, networks, and make sure that's a bit more freely available. And I think we can think a bit more wisely about how we spend some of the money that goes out in grants to the voluntary sector. You know, maybe some of the stuff that goes on to very big organisations, we can put more into supporting individuals and groups to innovate, do something different. So I think there's lots of ways that councils can help.
So for me, there's a really important time that we're at in terms of big society and local government. It feels to me a little bit like there's a risk of local government being bypassed when frankly it has a really vital role to play in big society. Real things that it can do to reach out, understand its community, understand who the innovators are, the people who want to change the areas they live in, and local government's got a unique set of resources, whether it's communications, whether it's a little budget, whether it's somewhere for these people to sit and work, in terms of bringing these people together and making real change happen.
I think the big society is an incredibly exciting challenge for us. I really hope that civil servants never publish the official definition of what the big society is and what the big society is not. That would be the completely wrong way to go about it. But for me, the big society is an opportunity for councils to rethink what our role is in shaping our communities, free from national restrictions and prescription, and able to really engage with people, communities, enterprise in our local areas, and all actually work together to achieve something we want to, rather than something we're told centrally that we need.
Well, I think the council's role, as we've been hearing from some of the speakers at the conference, particularly Dominic this morning at the conference, and others have made the point about opening up the council so that virtually every pore of the council is open to the community, so the community can liaise with it, have a decent conversation with the council, and show how they can do things on behalf of themselves and on behalf of their friends and neighbours. Of course, there is some degree of scepticism around the big society generally, and so it's going to be for councils to define what things are going to be realistic and those things that are not going to be realistic.
I think with a glue, I think we can help it happen. It's about us having power that we can pass to our people. I kind of say, if the big society is about a hand up and not a hand out, and about helping communities to help themselves, then local councils in particular are some of the real frontline councils that actually help make that happen. And certainly government can't do it without us.
In terms of our council's role in the big society, the honest answer is I'm not sure. Yeah, I suspect the role we're going to have to take is about facilitating the big society and helping people decide what they want their big society to be. And I think that's probably as far as I could go right now. I don't have a fixed view, and I think if I did, it would automatically be wrong about what the big society is. I think the big society is going to be unique to the people involved in it in individual locations and communities, and the council's role is going to be to take the role that's necessary to facilitate that occurring.
Well, the thing about councils is that we ought to, when we're on our game, understand our communities well. We ought to understand the individuals, where they live in their villages, who they connect to, what kind of families we have, who's arriving this year, how long people are staying, all those sorts of things. And that's the basic understanding you need in order to encourage those mutual ties, those people who will do a favour for each other, people who've got the welfare and well-being of their neighbours at heart. So we've got all the firelighters for big society.